This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. So we did not get that exciting of a rare. It's pretty hard to build around. I mean, it has a perfectly reasonable floor, but it's hard to build around. It's definitely not something you want to be first picking. We do have some cards that are pretty good to first pick, though. The Fall of Lord Khanda. You know, I've probably come down on this card a little bit just because it does seem like you don't have a target for Chapter 1 a little too often. But it's still quite good. The value it gives you is good. Prosperous Thief is quite good. Sets up, you know, fixing. It's a good ninja. Spinning Wheel Kick is quite good. It's been a little better than I expected overall, just because this format has so many more board stalls, and green has plenty of Death Touchers. Yeah. And then also Spirited Companion is probably the next one down. But it's one of these three uncommons, and I think we're going to go with the Wheel Kick in the end. I feel like it's... Ooh. Well, there's another really good uncommon. Arguably the best uncommon? I don't know. It's up there. Behold the Unspeakable is very good. It's definitely what we want to take here. Even though we have a pretty good green uncommon in Go Shintai Boundless Vigor, Behold the Unspeakable is pretty close to being like an A- as an uncommon, and that's saying something. I do like the Guide Bot okay. Intercessor's Arrest is good too, but Behold the Unspeakable, like most of the uncommon sagas, is really good. They're not all good, but they're mostly really good. So a couple of pretty good white cards here. The Blade Blizzard Kitsune and Born to Drive are both nice cards. Not so nice that I really want to branch into white for either of them, though. It's either Tamiyo's Completion or Fade into Antiquity. And honestly, I feel like Fade into Antiquity has been better than Tamiyo's Completion overall. You know, it can kill so many things. Yeah, I think I'll take Fade into Antiquity here over the Completion. This is a pretty good rare, but not so good that we're like, oh my, we really want to jump into that. So that's not what we're doing. Although, this pack isn't great. I mean, Grafted Growth is fine. Dual Land, fine. But it's kind of a weak pack in general, I guess. I mean, like, Voltage Surge and Risona are the only two that are, like, pretty nice. And then after that, you have a pretty big drop-off. So could take the Surge. I mean, it is probably the best monocolored card in this pack. There's something to be said for, like, just grabbing the fixing, either in the form of Grafted Growth or the Cliffs, though. I mean, they're both pretty nice. Maybe I'll go with the Growth. I think I will. You know, this format, going multicolored happens pretty regularly, so I'm pretty happy to take some fixing. Okay, Bronze Plate Boar is great. That's nice to still be here, and it is a good enough red card that I'm definitely... like, yeah, all right. I don't have a red card yet, but it's definitely the best card in this pack. You know, maybe taking that Voltage Surge would have felt a little better. But, you know, I think we take the Boar here pretty happily. Okay, so we've got another Grafted Growth. Sky Swimmer Koi is not bad. I do probably... You know, we've got, you know, more fixing here, which is good. The awkward thing is we'd like to play Behold the Unspeakable, even more than we'd like to play Bronze Plate Boar. I mean, I guess the Koi is pretty comparable to, like, Simian Sling. It's not, like, a huge drop-off. So let's take the blue card here. So if we if you end up with enough artifacts, this is pretty sweet, but we're not really... That doesn't look super likely for us. We could speculate on it here. But I think the Puzzle Maker's fine. Yeah, I mean, Brute Suit's okay. Yeah, we'll take the Puzzle Maker. Okay. I think another Koi seems fine. Yeah, not a great pack. I'm just going to take the green card. It might make the cut, it might not. It's not a great card overall. So the boar is good. It's definitely something, you know, if we pick up enough fixing, it's worth a splash, I think. I mean, it's not just good if you play it on turn 3, is the reason why. Because it's good all game long, thanks to reconfigure. We do need some 1s and 2s. Those are pretty important in this format. So yeah, that's something to be on the lookout for. They are pretty high priority. That's why I almost took Simian Sling earlier. Okay, this is a decent 2. Certainly nothing great. Iron Apprentice is kind of worth a look. It's an artifact. It does stuff with counters. But I think Coiling Stalker is probably still better. If I were in like blue-red, the 1/1 is the artifact creature is probably better, but we're not. So, Buna Bosiju is a decent trick. Aki Ember Keeper is an okay 2-drop. I think we'll take the trick. Yeah, I mean, Commune can be okay in this deck. I have a feeling it'll be more useful than Futurist Sentinel, certainly. So, okay, well, oh no, that's Anchor to Reality, not the other one. We'll take an Ogre then. Ogre's fine. Like, if we end up shifting into red, which is possible, it's not like blue's crazy open. If we end up shifting into red, having an Ogre and a Boar will soften that blow of having to give up Behold the Unspeakable. Yeah, I mean, this first pack, in terms of synergy, maybe didn't go great, but in terms of having some nice cards, like the Wheel Kick and Behold the Unspeakable, I think it's pretty good. This is such an interesting card just because it's so clunky on 4, but it still, like, does a thing. Yeah, I think I'd rather have an Ogre. Like, Essence Capture, it's just not great in this format. Too many enchantments. Too many sagas. The fact it can't counter sagas is, like, a big problem. So, but, just because, you know, we do need to, we do want to value Death Touchers a bit, first of all, but second of all, yeah, there's just so many board stalls. It feels like your typical game ends up in a board stall at some point in this format, and the Wheel Kick is good in those situations. Hi, Morosaurus. Glad your draft went well yesterday. Congrats. Yeah, Mountain. Ooh, okay. Oh, man, this pack is so strong. Like, pack one, pick one, this would have been insane. I mean, it's still pretty insane. So the Reality Chip is great. It is a little slow, but this format's slow enough that, you know, putting this onto something and going crazy with it is pretty easy. But then, you know, this is what we're going to take. But I just want to point out how crazy this pack is, because you've also got Life of Toshiro Umezawa, one of the best uncommons. You can often, like, kill a thing with it and then get another trigger, and then it turns into a creature. Generous Visitor, also very, very good uncommon. He plays on turn 1 in a lot of decks, and if your opponent can't deal with it quickly, they just lose because of all the value. And then you've also got Twisted Embrace, a great removal spell that happens to be an enchantment. So those are all cards that I wouldn't just feel okay about first picking, but I'd feel pretty good about first picking. We're taking the Reality Chip, and I think it would actually be what we would pick pack one, pick one too, honestly. Even in a pack that strong. The chip is crazy card advantage, so yeah. We do want to definitely pick up one of those green spells that returns an enchantment and a creature from our graveyard in a world where we have the Reality Chip. But yeah, right now we're not doing that well on enchantments. Blue-green is sort of a like ramp slash good stuff slash channel deck. Oh man, this pack is also really good. So Otawara is really good, like all of these are. A land that does a very real thing is a huge deal, just flexibility-wise. It's easy to underrate, you know, if you don't think about it, but it's really good. That said, I think Tech Wrecker's just better. In this format, he is a menace. Like, I didn't even mean to make the joke there, but he is... Oh, he has Death Touch, not menace. It's not a joke. But, so the Tech Wrecker is really good. It just destroys so many boards. There aren't that many cards. Certainly uncommons I would take over Otawara, but I do think we take the Tech Wrecker here. The first 2 picks in this pack have been spicy ones. Let's keep it up. Okay. So I don't love March of Swirling Mist. I think it's fine, but you know, making it work for you in the right situation is harder than it might seem overall. Bless me. Hopefully I remember to edit that out, but so it might still be the pick here, honestly, because the other cards we're looking at aren't great. Like Armguard Familiar's fine, Stalker's fine, March of Swirling Mist might just be better. Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard for this pack to have a better card than Swirling Mist, but I don't think it does for us. I do think Prowler's better. Master's Rebuke is pretty good, but I think it's on par with Swirling Mist, and this is a cool rare, so let's go that route. Sweet Invoke spell. I haven't unlocked the achievement of actually casting one of those yet. We take the Modern Age, I think. You know, it's a very powerful... Like, all these sagas, almost all of them. We did just pass the 5-mana red one that's not so good. But the Modern Age is really nice. You know, sets up your draws a little better, and then gives you a nice creature, so... Alright, so... Interesting. We could try to splash Hot Springs. Our deck is not going to be great at modifications on its own. I mean, I guess we actually have some stuff going on in that department. Familiar's fine. Rebuke is nice. I might take the Hot Springs. The upside of Hot Springs is quite good. Yeah, I think we'll take Hot Springs here over Rebuke and Armguard Familiar. We do already have some fixing. So, yeah. Speaking of fixing, we don't have any auras. No. I mean, this is mostly only good in the black-white deck, I feel like. It's I guess if you end up with shrines, it's good in any deck, but yeah, I don't want another Koi. I think we'd rather have the fixing at this point. So some decent stuff here. Ooh, I think we probably want the Fang of Shigeki. I like Careful Cultivation, okay, and, you know, Searchlight Companion's always fine. You know, this pack, I think, really shows us that blue-green's open because there's just all of these playable blue-green cards. I mean, it feels like it's been open in general, but Fang of Shigeki is good with fight effects. Fang of Shigeki is an enchantment, which I guess doesn't matter to us a ton at this point, but it could. Yeah, so I guess Cyber Trespassers, it's not great, but I feel like it's going to be better than Papercraft Decoy, most likely. Although, do we need 2 drops badly enough that I just want to take the Decoy? Maybe we do. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Another Careful Cultivation. We've got a Historian's Wisdom, which isn't that hard to set up to draw you a card, and when you do that, it feels pretty good. I think we take the Wisdom here. I like Cultivation. We've passed a couple, but I think we keep taking better cards. So, okay. So I think we'll probably take Heir of the Ancient Fang. Not sure we'll have enough modifications to run it, but this is the saga I was talking about that's not very good. It's pretty much the only... I think it's the only common or uncommon one that I would recommend not playing. Gift of Wrath is okay too, but I think we'll take the Heir. Okay, well here we'll take an Armguard Familiar finally. My preview card. Come to me. Okay. Puppet. Another puppet. Land. Okay. Ooh. Well, if we're gonna splash something, my. We've seen a lot of strong pack one pick ones here, or pick ones in each pack. Because we've got another generous visitor here. I don't think we're that good at enchantments. Is our thing. Yeah, we've only got 6. I mean, we could definitely go harder on them in this pack, and it's probably worth it. But then we've also got the Reformation of Iganjo, or Restoration, and Michiko's Reign of Truth, both of which are quite strong. You do need... Maybe we don't have enough artifacts to really swing. Yeah, I mean... I think it's Restoration versus Generous Visitor. I think maybe we just take the Visitor. I mean, splashing the Restoration would be good, but I think the Visitor's pretty good. We do need to pick up some more enchantments to really get going. Okay. Well... Then there's this pack. So, we don't really have the capacity to splash Junji. I guess if I picked up, like, 3 Grafted Growths or something, we could try. So I don't think that's on the table. I think what is on the table is Gloomshrieker and Spinning Wheel Kick. I think those are what we're looking at here. Again, we would shift to splashing something else, but I think this is probably better to splash than Bronzeplate Boar and Hot Springs. It definitely is. As much as I like Wheel Kick too, having more than one, it's a little bit of a liability. I think we take the Shrieker here. Splashing this is way easier than splashing a double black card. It makes me sad, but that's, I think, what we want to do there. Oh, another Fang of Shigeki's good. So it was a Greater Tanuki, actually. I think we want the Tanuki even more. Yeah. Wouldn't mind a Geothermal Kami or a Fang coming back, but the Tanuki is great fixing. It's also a win condition. Very nice card. Okay. Jukai Trainee's always alright. We could pick up Uncharted Haven number 2 here. Then our mana starts to get kind of interesting. It's not like the Trainee is great. That's really all we're looking at here. So I think we grab Uncharted Haven number 2. Okay, so Season of Renewal, it's not amazing in our deck. But it's not bad either. I think it's probably the pick. Yeah. So, alright. I think Tamiyo's Completion is a good pickup here. We are more interested in enchantments now, too, so... Okay, we've got a Rugged Highlands. The other option's not so good, so we're pretty happy to take that land. We may be able to splash... We may be able to splash both colors in the end here. I'll take another Familiar. I'm not 100% sure it makes the cut. I could just take Ishin for the rare value, gems, but... Kunai's fine. Yeah, the chip, I mean, Season of Renewal and Gloomshrieker can get us back our chip, which is nice. I'm going to have really good mana, but not that great of stuff to splash other than Gloomshrieker, which is a little bit of a bummer. But I think we probably get away with splashing both of these as well. Yeah, I mean, this is an enchantment. We're not going to cast it as one all that often, but I'll take it. Windscarred Crag doesn't help us. I mean, I doubt we're splashing a Voltage Surge, but... add it to the mix. man, that's a late Reckoner raid. Not really worth splashing it. I mean, you really do want to be able to play it early. Got all those unstoppable ogres in there. Yeah, I don't think we're splashing that. I think I feel good about splashing the boar and the hot springs. And the Gloom Shrieker, obviously. We just have to run one mountain and one swamp. And we're golden for those two splashes. Huh, golden. Camino Spirits might actually make the cut in the end here, so let's put it in our deck as we cut things down, because it does help when you're fixing and stuff like that. I don't think we're really interested in tricks in this deck, particularly. I think we're doing well enough on low drops that probably don't need the decoy. We don't have any artifact synergies to speak of either, so don't think we need that. Heirs of the Ancient Fang, huh? So in terms of modifications, we have 10 enchantments for our visitor, which is more than enough. Assuming we don't cut any. Even if we only have like 8, it's plenty. So we may end up cutting a couple, but yeah. I kind of feel like the heirs aren't going to be very good in this deck, but let's actually look at how many modifications. Okay, this can actually spread out modifications, which is kind of sweet, but that counts as one at least. These sort of count because of reconfigure, but because the reconfigure is expensive, it's not that great. But same with reality chip, so 3-ish, 4. This comes into play modified, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 ways to modify stuff. It's not bad, but I don't know that it's enough either. Especially because, like, a lot of it is a little tricky to make work. And I'm going to cut at least one of them. Oh, we do have this artifact payoff. It's not a big deal, but it is one. Certainly. Oh yeah, they always do wacky things with our mana. Need to remember to fix that before we leave. So I don't think we play Commune in the end. Probably can lose an Arm Guard Familiar and still have plenty of ones. Yeah, I don't think we play the heir. And then Puzzle Maker's not great. Yeah, that might be where we go. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I think we want to keep the kunai. We don't have so much removal that I want to get rid of that, so... okay, so we only need one mountain, please. We only need one swamp. Thank you. We do, I think, need to run 17 in this deck. I mean, I guess we could maybe consider 16. No, I don't think so. I mean, our curve's not crazy high, but we have, like, reconfigures we want to pay for and stuff. You know, a couple of X spells. I guess we probably want more forests than islands, although we do have a rugged highland, so it probably goes like this. That's sort of 8 blue sources. Well, it's more than that because we have grafted growth and tanuki and stuff, but yeah, I think that's probably about right. Your reconfigure's only single blue. Yeah, all right. Let's do this. 4 colors. Pretty doable in this format when you do get to fixing. Pretty doable. At some point, I need to get a deck where I actually cast an Invoke spell, and I need to draft the Kamigawa. Like, those are 2 things I feel like have to be accomplished in this format. I didn't say I had to win with either. I mean, I'd like to at least win 1 game with either of them, but, you know. Okay. Alright, pretty good. Curious to see how this thing plays. It does have enough uses that, like, seems alright. There's Tanuki. So we attack here. I'd probably channel Careful Cultivation. You know, a couple turtles would have made this deck a lot better. Funny sentence. So, yeah, I think we... I mean, there's a little something to be said for putting it on the Fang, but the 2-for-1 potential there is bad enough that I don't think we want to do it. Oh, hello. Interesting. So, I think I attack with the Fang here. I have 2 ways to get stuff back from my graveyard. Trading probably benefits us, although they're a black-white deck, so maybe not. But I still think we attack, offer up the trade here. Yeah, I think we play the reality chip here and hope we get to hold on to it and go crazy next turn. Got a swamp on top. That's nice. It's nice to know. So there's a place where it's like, do I want to use March of Swirling Mist? But the answer is obviously no. Like, it's a definite no. Okay. So we definitely equip the reality chip. Probably to our creature land. Creature, mana creature is what I mean. So yeah, equip the reality chip. Play forest off the top. I think we pass. I'm probably going to trade the Fang for the Ambusher. I guess I could attack with this. Yeah, it would probably do. Next turn, we get all our mana, and we get to start going crazy with the reality chip. That should be pretty good. I'm drawing another land. We'll have all our mana, you know, no sweat. Just get to cast Tanuki, potentially, next turn. Yeah, so we trade here. Oh, crap. Okay. That's not what you want to see. Alright, so we play this off the top. And then what we have is Invigorating Hot Springs, which you can't play. So I think we just slam the Tanuki here. I could channel the Tanuki to adjust what's on top of our library, but I think just playing the Tanuki is pretty good. Obviously, they can crew this and sack a thing to it, and it'll hit us for 5, but it doesn't alarm me too much. Yeah, we can definitely phase it out at some point. I'm glad they don't get the trigger there. We're probably going to Spinning Wheel Kick away both of their creatures here on our turn. They sack that. We take 5. I guess I don't have 2 creatures to Spinning Wheel Kick now, so... So, interesting. So let's play this. Naming red. I probably shouldn't have done that. But hey. Maybe we don't want to Wheel Kick here. We only have one thing to Wheel Kick. Let's play the Visitor. Yeah, see? Then we have a land on top. That would have been much better. We can still Wheel Kick thanks to the Monk's mana. I think it probably seems worth... I think it's probably worth doing. We don't get, like, insane value out of it, unfortunately, but we do get some real value out of it. You know, killing the Naomi makes it a lot harder for them to play and crew this and sack something to it, so... Yeah, we're gonna Wheel Kick here. We'll go ahead and attack. If, yeah. I don't care too much if they crew that. And we'll end our turn. Next turn, we should be able to play Hot Springs and maybe go a little crazy. Oh, crap. Our opponent... That Toad Rider is a huge problem. We're kind of hoping we find a way to... I mean, it's not that hard for us to sneak in lethal thanks to March of Swirling Mists at some point. We go to 7. Okay. So I think we want to play the land off the top so we get a chance at something else. Actually gonna name green. Okay. Well, that was underwhelming. This is gonna feel pretty good, though. Where do we put the counter? Guess we'll go with Tanuki. Hopefully they don't kill it in response. That would be really sad for us right now. We haven't been able to go as crazy with Reality Chip as, as I would have liked. So we can phase out one thing right now. I guess maybe putting counters other places would have been a little better. Because I would have been able to block more effectively with the creatures I'm leaving behind. I think we still crack in, and I think we're hoping March of Swirling Mist will do we need it to. I guess we can put a counter on something. That helps a little. We might be able to sneak in lethal this next turn if they can't kill us, but if they make a token here, it's gonna be gross. Okay. We're gonna let them attack with this. Alright, seems like there's many scenarios here where we end up dying. So I think phasing it out is probably our best bet. May as well phase them both out because I have the mana. It also means if they play an enchantment, it doesn't matter, basically. Okay. I can live with that. Can also live with that overall. Okay. Why did I do that? I did not want to play that land off the top. Okay. Well, making this a 1/5 has some value, I think. Yeah, we're gonna leave it unequipped, and I'm just gonna attack here, and it's gonna come down to a race. I have played poorly. I've been lucky they haven't drawn an enchantment. There it is. It's bound to happen eventually. Okay. I think we're probably going to need a little help off the top here. You know, we played our own... Oh, no, we actually have 2 red cards. But we also have a mountain in our hand, although we're going to play this land off the top. Yeah, all right. So we're going to do this the correct way, hopefully. Okay. It's pretty good. How close to lethal do we get if we put a counter on this koi and swing out? They have 5, 7... They have 10 toughness over there. They... 8... So they have to block the Tanuki with at least 1 frog. The problem is the chef can draw them cards, but I guess it can't against the Tanuki. I think maybe we need to attack here. Yeah, they can +2/+2, but I don't think that helps them that much. It still kills... This creature still dies. Right? I mean... Math. We do know we're drawing Gloom Shrieker next turn. Yeah, I think we attack here. They can do it. Oh, I see what you're saying. On their turn, they can do it multiple times. Yeah, you're right. You are not wrong. Alright, so we definitely want to kill these two things. We'll let them hold on to their chef. I think we want to kill both of those, and even if they pump its power to 4, it's dead, so... yeah. Let them keep their chef. Okay, yeah. Those both die. You go to 1. We have a reality chip protecting us. Didn't calculate that. I think that got us there. That's not good. We do know we're top decking Gloom Shrieker, which makes it feel a lot better, though. Yeah. So, we Gloom Shriek. Tanuki and give it haste? Yeah. Come on back, Tanuki. I think their best way to block involved not having Tatsunari block. And I don't know why they wanted to hold on to their chef so bad. That should be exactly lethal. Could have swung with the chip too, I guess, if I was really concerned. This deck played kind of how you want it to in this game. I mean, we got to go off with the reality chip. We did, you know, Gloom Shrieker. Get us something back. Tanuki did most of our damage. Hot Springs was awesome. Let's keep it up. Hi, Trying Casually. How's it going? Reality chip definitely got us there. Even though I played really suboptimally with it, hopefully I learned my lesson there. If I'd played more smartly with it, we definitely would have had an easier time winning. All right, pretty good hand. Actually, these lands do I lead off with? Probably the Highlands. Yeah. I didn't play in the open, so no, I didn't qualify. It's a short answer. Thank you for the follow, Trying Casually. So we're going to Modern Age it here. I think we'd rather do that than play the Familiar. Nice. Yeah. Play the Modern Age. Get the clock started on a creature. Awkward. I mean, the Familiar's not anything special. I think it's probably what we throw away here. I think we want to hold on to these lands more in this situation. Yeah, multiple Tanukis would have been great. I'm with you there. Alright, I think we throw one of these forests away now. So that Golden Tail Disciple is going to be a pain. I think we play this and name Black. Yeah. We can cycle this to make a 1/1, which is what we'll do, and then we can play Potentially Behold the Unspeakable. We kind of don't want to, I don't think, just yet. We'll think about it, I guess. Ooh, they're like a 5-color deck. Of course, they may be thinking the same about us, and we're a fairly traditional 4-color limited deck in that we're just splashing a couple things, but... Yeah, your Disciple's big. I don't like it, but can't do anything about it. We'll do that. So yeah, we could play... Behold here. I don't think we do yet, though. I think we play our Koi. I'm holding off on Behold a little bit just because I'd like to draw the max cards, but I may end up having to play it next turn. If I didn't have the Koi to do, it's definitely what I would have done, but... Our deck could have used the Containment Construct. Would have been sweet. Yeah, drawing 4 is pretty unlikely, it's true. I think we'll end up playing it this next turn. Wouldn't mind drawing Fang of Shigeki right about now for our wheel kick. That's not good. Oh, I guess I can only kill our token. That's not that bad. I can live with that. So, Behold is going to be a little sad here because I guess it's hard to crew if we play Behold at least. Yeah. At least there's that. Yeah, we'll Behold. Maybe Chapter 2 will draw us our Fang of Shigeki. That would be sweet. So, this is pretty tough for them to crew. Has Menace anyway. I think it's probably worth attacking them here since they can't attack that hard back. I mean, they might do 5 to us, but that's not that alarming, frankly. Come on, Fang of Shigeki. There's lots of other useful cards we could draw too, of course. Yeah, just gonna rumble for 3 here. Bottom and bottom. Glad we scried those away. Ooh, Kunai. It doesn't actually do anything right here, huh? So... we do get to loot when we play this. Yeah. Yes. Ooh, completion. Discard this island. Completion will be useful in the near future. Play the Kunai. We get to loot again, actually. Yeah, we definitely discard this forest. We equip the Kunai to something. Guess Vector Glider, probably. And do we just end our turn? Probably. Unfortunately, their creatures are much better attackers than ours. Yeah. This is going to be... I didn't have the mana to equip the boar, sadly. 5 is a lot. We couldn't play it and equip it, or that's what I would have done. I'm okay with this, I have to say. I mean, if they're just attacking with... Okay, I'm less okay with that. I'm kind of thinking about blocking with Vector Glider and throwing the Kunai at the Golden Tail Disciple, but I think we probably just take 8. Unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, the Kunai doesn't do its job there, really. This also is very hard for us to kick. So, I can kill the automaton. That's probably what we want to do. Kill automaton and equip the board to something, and then hope we get to untap and kick. Yeah. That seems okay. I can't do that. Ward is such a pain. Okay. Well, so I'm worried they have a kill spell here, and that's going to be real bad news, but I think we have to risk it here. Okay, it doesn't look like they did, which is good news. I think we play a land here, so if we do get to actually kick next turn like we want to, we can do some significant damage. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a possible outcome. I mean, we knew it was possible. If I just held on to a card, I guess that would have worked okay, but... We have been on the back foot basically this whole game, unfortunately. Yeah. Alright, well... I think we block this, take 5, and then also throw the kunai at the preserver. You are sort of interesting. Okay. They have all their mana untapped now. I kind of think I should just completion this now because they're going to have an extra card in their hand and it's actually less likely I can pull it off. And if I put a counter on Bronze Plate Boar, I'll finally be able to kick a bunch of stuff. I mean, I could wait for them to crew this, but it's going to be pretty hard for them to crew. So I think we just do this now. And I think we put the counter... I think we want to put it on the boar. Does shrink our vision down, but I think that's acceptable. We pass here. And hope they don't have the juice to crew that mech. They don't. So now wheel kick honestly isn't that exciting, funnily enough. So we'll attack with our vision here. I guess I could equip and then remove it, but we'll just attack with the vision and end our turn here. Our opponent's being annoying. Okay, that's pretty attractive, given our board state. So we go Grafted Growth, put it on this island, put a counter on the vision, put a counter on the vision, end our turn. So if they do ever play anything, we do have our wheel kick. Uh-oh. Yeah, so they get that back. They're going to be able to crew the mech here. Kind of have to double... It's not kind of. I have to double block it. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we should be able to wheel kick their whole board here. We don't want to play our land first, though. So, hold on a second. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 mana. So I guess we just kick these, because kicking the automaton opens up a whole can of worms. Problem is I won't be able to attack, but I'm dead if I don't do this. So it's not like we have a choice. So X equals 2. Target a creature we control. Target, yeah. We can't attack, though, sadly. Because we're at 2, and the automaton just needs 1 counter. So, we'll pass our turn. Yeah, the opponent's already really mad, so I'm sure they'll be mad if they lose. They're mad that we just didn't roll over and die, apparently. Oh, that's gross. They're about to draw a bunch of cards. Look at them going wide over there. Ooh. Okay. So what do we want to get back? Completion, pretty good. Generous Visitor, not bad. Bronze Plate board, not bad. So what's their board look like? Bunch of 1/1s. So the Koi's not bad either. So, creature... Yeah, the Unspeakable will be smaller, but I'm okay with that. I think we need to go wide to not die at this point, so... Koi... And... You know... Yeah, Koi and Completion, I guess. Modern Age actually seems pretty good. The Koi does enough for us to not die. Yeah, let's grab the Modern Age. Play the Modern Age. Okay, we drew another Koi. That's funny. Play the Koi. Hope they don't kill us. We're just like barely hanging on here. Trade a Koi for their Shigeki. Oh, hello. Okay, so play... I can almost attack here, but it's still way too sketchy, I think. So we'll play our Koi. We are running out of cards rather rapidly at this rate. Okay, so... I guess I can get away with an attack here and play the reality chip as a creature. Is our game plan. We know Historian's Wisdom is on the top. I don't really want to discard, actually, so no. No, thank you. Alright, we're trying to stabilize here. Do I have... I mean, I think we probably want to equip the chip. Although, we need to kill them before we run out of cards. Which definitely is a thing. So... I mean, I think we're going to have the juice to kill them. I think we probably want to equip the chip here. Probably not like that, though. Put it on Vector Glider. Play a land off the top. Ooh. Okay, so Gloom Shrieker off the top. I guess getting a Kunai is a pretty good idea here. Yeah, okay, so... Just kidding, I'm not brave enough. I think I fade into Antiquity the Automaton here. Then yeah. Oh, I actually don't have the mana. JK. So we'll play our Kunai. I think I'm actually going to decline again. We're going to equip the Kunai to the Koi. And we're going to end our turn. So we can actually use the Kunai to kill the Automaton and pay the ward cost. Okay, let's see where they put this counter. I think we're fine with that. The Automaton hasn't grown at all, but it's bound to eventually, you know. I think it's time to do it. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, good job, me. Yeah, oops indeed. You were not wrong, opponent. Okay, so we can swing at them for lethal here. If we use Historian's Wisdom. It's probably what we try to do. We win, despite horrible play on my part. Reality Chip gets it done. It is Ward 2, and I somehow thought I had 3 mana total, and I obviously did not. We would have had the game just with the Kunai, too. The Jellyfish is far better than I am. It is pretty funny we managed to win that thing. This is, you know, that's the best feeling in all of Magic. And you get it a lot in this format, where you stabilize at low life, do all sorts of grindy things. And you know that, you know, we had our chip, we had our Gloom Shrieker, we had our 3 mana return 2 things from the graveyard. It was crazy. Yeah, after the misplay, I'm sure they're really mad. They were mad that we just didn't roll over and die, like I said, so... That's a nice hand. That is a close one, and one that I made even closer with my expert play. Yeah, I would feel worse for them if they hadn't been saying your go like the whole game. So, I'm with you there. The Stalker is a little bit of a non-bow with our Hot Spring, but... it's not super likely to be able to get in next turn, but I guess if it can, the value is better than getting in with an Arm Guard Familiar. So, I mean, we could try Ninjutsu and whatnot, but I think that would be... Yeah, the Unspeakable obviously was a huge deal, too, in the end. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Interesting. Do I play Grafted Growth, buff my Stalker, and attack with it? I could also play Historian's Wisdom here, and just draw a card off of it, and this will be big enough to rumble with Golden Tail Disciple. That's not bad. And if it hits them, it gets a counter. Yeah. That seems pretty good. Oh, I don't... I'm okay with the trade in the end, but that isn't what I thought was going to happen. And I don't know. This is not one of... You know, I already make a lot of mistakes. And this is an extra mistake-ridden day, I think. I was thinking it would have 3 toughness, because math. Splashing's easy to do in this format. That's why I have so much of it going on. So, I guess we play our Reality Chip and our Arm Guard Familiar. Yeah. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Replication Specialist is not my friend. And I don't currently have a way to deal with it. Trying to decide if I want to equip this and just start digging for a way to deal with it. Because I could suit this up and play the Tech Wrecker off the top this turn. It's really not bad. They're probably untapping, though, and going to make a copy of an artifact, and it's going to be very hard for us to come back with that, from that. But I think maybe our best bet is to chip. Yeah. I think it is our best bet. I did have to play a land from my hand, but, yeah. To get it done, which isn't quite as good. Behold the Unspeakable might buy us some time, too. Yeah, if they copy... Okay, well, I don't really care that much if they copy that, frankly. I guess they mill us 6 cards. I guess that's a thing. But it doesn't alarm me too much. Kunai on the top, huh? What if they have, like... If you have, like, 4 of these and, like, 2 Replication Specialists, that would be pretty hilarious. No attack, huh? You don't want to try to win with an attack? Guess not. Right, so I think we play the Modern Age off the top here. Don't really think we're gonna need Grafted Growth in this game. I guess we don't have black, but they also milled our only black card. So yeah, I think we throw that away. Play this land. Play this Fang of Shigeki. Play Hot Spring. If I put a counter on Kappa Tech Wrecker and attack, there's not a lot of good ways for them to block. So I think that's what we do. They can double block with the Sentinels, but I get to kill them both. Or that. I guess that is less good for us, but I can live with it. Thins out their board significantly. The question is, you know, I'm playing stuff off the top of my library, which gives us a lot of value, but is just playing Behold the Unspeakable better? Maybe. But I do feel like I need to find Spinning Wheel Kick to kill the Specialist, or, yeah, like that. We're going to be in some trouble. I think that's the only way we have to kill the Specialist. It might be... Oh, Tamio's Completion will do it, too. Albeit temporarily, potentially. This is another time where we might mill ourselves. Like, in the last game, we got pretty close to milling ourselves out. Hey, there's Wheel Kick. Okay. We did it. Living the dream. So, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, I think we Wheel Kick these two. Although, this has Defender, but I have a big flyer in my hand, so I'm not that alarmed by 1/1 flyers either. So, yeah. Spinning Wheel Kick here. X is 2. Target that. Target Specialist. Target Token. Autopay. That's what we wanted, and we did it. I guess counter on Fang of Shigeki and attack isn't too shabby here. They can double block it if they want, but that just means we got to clear out their whole board, and we have a lot more value coming our way. So it doesn't alarm me too much. We are down to 12 cards, and that certainly matters. But we do get to slam Tanuki and put a counter on it this turn. That's probably our best move. Puts him under a ton of pressure. We do have blue mana up, which is annoying. Alright, I think we actually play our Visitor first off the top. And we might as well play this land too. Alright, so yeah, we play Greater Tanuki here. If it resolves, we're going to be thrilled. So we put a counter on this and it gains haste, so yeah. Then we put a counter on the Tanuki and it gains haste. I think we actually swing out. If they want to kill the Familiar, that's fine. Puts them under a ton of pressure. I guess we may as well equip this to something. don't have anything that great to get back, honestly. I mean, it's still going to give them a bunch of value here. But they don't have anything that great. They can get a creature, which is nice, I guess, but 2 evasive creatures on our board makes me worry about that a lot less. I can kunai it, just not yet. That's probably what we'll do on our turn, is kill Tameshi and then attack, and probably play one of these and give it haste. We may not even need to. It kind of depends on what they do here. Yeah, so they get the card back to draw a card. So they get to draw 2 off of that, which is sweet for them. Yeah. So we have, what, we have 8 mana. So yeah, let's kunai Tameshi here. Oh, it thinks I'm equipping. That's what the problem is. Alright. So kunai Tameshi. Play the koi. They go to 2. I should have played my boar first, because I get to loot, but, you know, it's whatever. Play the boar. In case our opponent does something to really stall out here, I'm actually going to avoid the draw on this trigger. They could have Farewell or something. That would suck. Did we play into Farewell? If it's Farewell, I should have held on to our boar for sure. Okay, good. I was gonna say. That was a funny game because it didn't really make sense ever to play Behold the Unspeakable. We just had to shift. We shifted into attack mode, really. By the time it started to kind of make sense to play it, so. I guess maybe swinging out on that turn, seeing how they block, and then maybe using the kunai was maybe better, but Tameshi's scary enough that I just wanted to nip that in the bud. Yeah, the chip is real good. Real good. Not too surprising there. We've been lucky nobody's blown it up. Like, it's just... We've just gone off with it every time. It's bound to happen eventually. Yeah, so we're probably going to have to name blue on this, but that's okay. We have other fixing. We do get to draw first, so maybe we'll draw something else. That would be cool. Oh, no, we don't. So, yeah, we named blue. Kind of have to. I guess I could have slow rolled a little and played like the stock, like forest stalker, but I don't know. Seems sketchy. See you later, Pear Hunter. They played their swamp, and then... What? Okay. So we'll lead with the Stalker. Like, if they want to play, like, a cheap removal spell to kill something, we'd rather it be the Stalker than the Reality Chip. Plus, the Stalker might be an okay tacker next turn, especially if they don't play anything. They do, but it's something we're pretty happy to trade with, so we definitely attack. Yeah, trade. accepted. Let's play the reality chip. So we know we're drawing an Arm Guard familiar. So this may finally be the game where our opponent gets us with our reality chip. They don't do it this turn, though. Unfortunately, I can't play this off the top because it's not equipped to anything. That's how it works, sadly. But that'll be good next turn. And we pass. Drawing blue would be sweet, because we're just, like, not doing much right now. Oh, God. We do have a way to blow it up, is the good news. But Eater of Virtue is scary. Do I trade with this thing while it's unequipped? I mean, the reason they're willing to offer up the trade is because they don't want me to equip the reality chip. But I kind of think it's an okay trade anyway. Yeah, I think we trade. Just like we need something to equip, they do too. Of course, it's easier for them. It's a lot clunkier for us to equip things. Okay. Well... Grafted Growth. Yeah, I mean, I definitely regret making that decision a bit now. Good news is, if they do something crazy here, I can use March of Swirling Mist to phase the Silencer. Or our reality chip, for that matter. Yeah, the ward creature is pretty sweet with the reality chip, but I just feel like we gotta have the advantage in the long game, and I think that trade was worth doing because of that. Right, no attack from them, which makes sense. I think maybe it's time we beheld the unspeakable. It does mean we won't be able to do anything about Eater of Virtue for a turn, but I think that's probably okay. Let's behold the unspeakable. Hopefully they don't have another silencer. Okay, they don't. That's good. Good to hear. We don't need that. I'm not even sure I want this. It does give us a creature to equip to, I guess. But I think we can do better. Probably gonna draw 2 lands. Not quite. But close. Oh man, that was not good. My greed. I mean, I could Season of Renewal just to get a creature back to equip it to. I'll have the Unspeakable next turn, so I guess I'm not that broken up about this, but this turn's not going to be great for us. We can use Swirling Mist as a really bad fog, I guess, maybe is our plan. I could Wheel Kick the Silencer, but I don't think that's a great plan either. Especially because we're going to have a big creature who can just kick everything next turn. Yeah, we just pass. Let them do their worst this turn, and, yeah. We take 8. Yes, we do. We take 8. How about you? think they thought about ninjutsuing there. Kind of hoping they would play another creature so that I'd have something else to kick, but I guess just killing these 3 things is pretty good. Although maybe we don't actually have the mana to kill all 3, but you know what I mean. We're going to kill a bunch of things. Play something. Well, maybe not. Since I can probably only kick 2 things. Okay. I like kicking that. Probably not quite as much as I like kicking the koi. The problem with kicking the koi is that... what a weird sentence. Is that the eater will then give flying to things, which is not really what I'm wanting to happen. In case you're wondering. But I do have a big flyer, so that does make that easier to live with. Yeah, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 mana. So we can kick 3 things. Yeah, that's really good. That is definitely what we do. 3/3 is big enough. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I guess we let them keep their silencer. So yeah, vision. This will be able to give flying to things, but that's not a huge deal. Although, giving it to the silencer does mean a removal spell really gets us. So maybe we actually want to kill the silencer. Maybe we let them keep Chain Flail Centipede. It'll be able to attack pretty hard, though. I think the silencer's our best bet. There's definitely some danger associated with going that route, but... I think it's what we do, and I think we pass. Because we have to block... like, if they equip the silencer now, we have to block it with our Unspeakable. So... yeah. If they kill our Unspeakable here, and then attack us, it's not going to be good. That was the risk I was speaking of. I mean, it is at least a 1-for-1 trade. It's not a complete nightmare, but... it'll put us really, really... it'll put us in a lot of trouble, is the point. So, we'd prefer it doesn't go that way. I guess I should have just let them keep the Centipede. It could have hit us harder, but it doesn't have this swingy downside that the Silencer gives us. Oh my god. Okay, well, at least they didn't kill the Vision, but obviously they're attacking us here, tapping down the Reality Check. I definitely should have killed the Silencer. Well, I guess maybe they don't have something to discard. They do only have 1 card? No, they do. Okay. I'm guessing they kill the chip? No, they kill the Vision. That makes sense. That does make sense. Well, we're in some trouble. We do have March of Swirling Mist. I definitely made the wrong decision there. Behold the Unspeakable, as usual, is pretty good. So let's Season of Renewal here. Grab... I guess the Familiar and Behold. Play Behold. Does mean if they draw a creature, the Reality Chip is probably dead, but I think this is our best bet. I really should have killed that Silencer. We can potentially March of Swirling Mist if we exile the Familiar. And that's the thing, I guess. We're in a lot of trouble. I made the wrong decision. This would have been able to attack us hard, but I could have just blocked it. Just like I thought I could just block this, and the downside wasn't nearly as massive. So, I don't think we do anything here. I think we just take the hit. If they discard a creature to kill our Reality Chip, that's okay. I mean, I don't want them to have that creature, but if they do, I can live with it. They decided they'd rather play a creature. Okay, Kunai's pretty good. Both of those are pretty good, yeah. So... yeah, we'll just draw both of those. So, we'll play our Koi. Play our Kunai. We'll draw a card. We'll discard the island. We equip the Kunai to the reality chip. Do we just end our turn there? I think so, because this lets me kill the silencer, and we want to wait until their turn to do it because of the equipment. Yeah. We'd have... oh, we can actually still play one thing. So we might as well. Yeah, so we'll play the Familiar. I'm actually... I'm going to decline the draw here. And then pass the turn. If we survive, we do have a chance here, obviously enough. That is a big if, though. So pass to attackers. Okay. Pass to blockers. Then we throw the Kunai at the silencer. Yeah, we'll do it now before they draw a card that might help them. And they can draw another card here if they want to. But obviously that trade is fine by us. Are we going to stabilize again despite poor play on my part? Maybe. It could definitely happen. We have another big flyer on top. We get a big flyer this turn. So, is it time to equip the reality chip finally? I think it must be. It's weird how little blue mana we have. I just noticed that. We do still have this blue mana. Let's put it on the ward creature. Play Generous Visitor off the top. Okay, play Hot Springs off the top. That's a pretty sweet couple of creatures to get off the top there. So we'll put one counter here. Put another counter on Visitor. I'm not willing to go crazy on an attack here. Just because so much could go wrong. We do have March of Swirling Mist, which gives us a little bit of an out. But I'm not sure it's enough to make me feel secure about attacking with both of these at this point. I think we just attack with those two. So we're going to start going crazy with our chip here. Everything we draw is going to get haste. So yeah. So we just decided to take 4. I think that probably makes the most sense. Yeah, because they can actually equip this, give this flying, and attack us with 2 flyers this turn. We can always exile the Koi to phase them both out if we have to. Well, that's not fun. Menace is something of a problem when you don't have that much of a board state. I wish they would attack with those. I'd be up for it. All right, let's play an island off the top. Then there's another land. I think we play Koi. Tanuki does mean we don't leave mana up for March of Swirling Mists, but I feel like we'll have enough going on the board that I don't have to leave it up. I could go more conservative and play, like, Historian's Wisdom here, and then Bronze Plate Boar. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that still uses 6 mana is the thing. It's not that much more conservative. Yeah, so we just play the Tanuki here. Oop. Put the counter on a Koi. Yeah, or the Unspeakable. I think a Koi makes sense. And put a counter on... I'm not attacking with the Tanuki. Or am I? No. We're always at such low life. Let's put a counter on the other Koi, and we have to end our turn for now. Morning, Punt Master. So they can give whatever they equip this to Menace now, which is not a lot of fun for us. I actually think maybe the Vision is the worst of these right now. Just because it's going to keep shrinking. I mean, we play stuff off the top, but I think the loot on the Koi... Yeah, I mean, I think we just block like that. Let them kill one of them. I don't know which one they're going to kill, but... Look, they wanted to kill the Vision. So now whatever they equip it to gets Flying and Menace. We do have our Destruction spell, and if we get that, I think we're golden. The only thing right now that's really keeping us on our heels is that Eater of Virtue, for the most part. They have some other stuff going on, too. Don't get me wrong. Okay. So how much damage can we do right here if we just phase out their whole board? 6, 10, 14, 16, 18. We could do lethal. That's pretty good. Especially because we can play Historian's Wisdom first. We only need 4 mana to phase out their whole board. So I think playing Bronze Plate Boar, so lets us loot twice. I think we do it. I don't really want to tap land more than I want an untapped land. And we'll draw another card. Then we have Historian's Wisdom. Where do we want to put the counter? Guess a Trampler makes sense. See if they have a kill spell here. Oh, I actually don't draw a card because of how I did that. Okay, so then we're going to try the Swirling Mist here to just end this. There's stuff they could definitely have here. See if they have something here. So even if they do... What happens to us if they do? Historian's Wisdom is pretty good in this deck. I don't know what you mean by better card. Should I have just phased? I mean, should I have just phased them out? Because if they have like a crab here, that's going to be bad. I probably should have just phased them all out with as much... when I had all my mana. That was probably the safest route to take. It's way better than Sheltering Boughs, but okay. Yeah! Okay. Sheltering Boughs had the problem of existing in a format where it had no real synergy. And Historian's Wisdom has all kinds of synergy. Have we gotten the reality chip every game and been allowed to go off with it? I think we have, which would explain why we're 4-0. Every game has been pretty close, but we have won them all. Okay. Yeah, that's a keeper. It's turn 2 Arm Guard Familiar, turn 3 Historian's Wisdom could be pretty decent. All right, I was going to name red with this anyway. Now we definitely do. Okay. So I could play Wisdom here. It would draw me a card, give me a 4-2, but I can't help but think playing Generous Visitor is just the better play. Yeah, I think we just pass and play the Visitor. Would have been great on turn 1, but you know. So this looks like a grindy artifact deck. Okay, maybe not. I mean, that's just a good card in any deck. It's not the most synergistic, though. Like a lot of these artifact decks, you want almost every card in your deck to be an artifact, and this isn't usually one that you have make the cut in that particular deck. So, Historian's Wisdom isn't bad. It'll put a counter there, then the Wisdom goes onto it, and we draw a card. I could also just play our Boar, which isn't bad, but I think playing the Wisdom while their shields are down seems pretty good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I think we attack. I mean, if they want to trade 1 for 1, you know, their Preserver, we're okay with it. I mean, we have way more gas left than they do, and it's not like their board is that imposing either, you know? So next turn we'll be able to play Behold the Unspeakable. Speaking of gas. They do get a treasure, which is annoying. Yeah, they're like a 5-color shenanigans deck, it would seem. They can actually rumble here. They don't, though. Darn. Would have been fun. Oh, hello. So... I just want to play the reality chip now? It does seem like trying to get Behold the Unspeakable online is probably better. Yeah, we even get a counter. I don't get that much value out of Chapter 1, but... Stinkbot, I guess the best way to support me is Patreon, probably. But you can do it however you want. Yeah. Alright, so we get Chapter 2 here. Oh my, that tech wrecker is going to be nice. I would kind of like to draw a land for our Tanuki. But the Kunai, I mean, these are both pretty good cards. I could still draw a land. Yeah, I think we definitely draw these because I think we play the Hot Spring, then play the Tech Wrecker, put a counter on it, and attack them. Yeah. That's what we're going to try to do anyway. They definitely may have a way to interact with us here, but if they don't, we can wreck them pretty badly. Tech wreck them, even. Oh, it was already modified. I forget about that. It is a way better attacker now, though. So... they're forced to block or take it and let me kill their Scrounger, or kill it with something. I mean, that's... wow. So we definitely remove the Menace counter, Death Touch counter. To kill Undercity Scrounger. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you know, they get it back, but I'm not that alarmed by that fact. Not that alarmed by this either. Feels like the Kunai is the answer here. I mean, Swirling Mist is pretty situational. But I have ways to get the Kunai back if I want it. Put a counter on you. Swing out here. I have a feeling Swirling Mist is probably what we end up discarding now. If they, well, they will, if they use that effect. And they will. So, Boar. Reality Chip. So, yeah, I think we discard our March of Swirling Mists. We just want to play our Tanuki, give it haste, and swing out this turn. I mean, there's a good chance that just ends the game on the spot. That makes it harder, but I think... yeah, Tanuki. Where do we put the counter? I guess we'll put it on the Vision here. That was a pretty sweet use of Okiba Salvage. I gotta say. Thank you for the sub, Al Netter. Yeah, I mean, that attack works out very, very well for us, I think. They get this now, but I don't think I care. I do need black mana in an ideal world, but, you know. They might be able to stabilize, like, if they have their own Behold the Unspeakable here. It would do a decent job of stabilizing them, I guess. Our vision can just swing for lethal right now. I mean... This is where Hot Spring tends to be the best, as a splash card. No, I mean, the red-green deck's okay. It just doesn't come together quite as easily as some of the others in this format. Okay. So, I think I put a counter on Visitor. That way we have 2 lethal creatures. And then I think we attack with all 3 of these. Looks like they have something, unfortunately for us. Not sure what. Oh. So, they get that back, and now they can bounce our vision. Yeah, that's their plan. Bounce the vision. Sort of a desperation move, but it works out pretty well for them. I think what we want to do here... So they're going to reanimate the turtle again. We know that much. I think it's probably actually better to just get the Koi than it is to play Behold right here. And to do that... we have to reconfigure onto something. Play the Koi off the top. Because if I play Behold the Unspeakable, it's not going to immediately pressure them the same way. Their deck is sweet. I mean, the way they're channeling their turtle and reanimating their turtle and channeling their turtle. It's not going to get the... Oh, yeah, it will. It'll still get the counters. It's a big turtle. It is a big turtle. It's funny, I could play Gloomshrieker here. Ooh. I could play Gloomshrieker and equip the, It would be kind of funny if I got to cast Gloomshrieker and equip the reality chip for haste. That'd be funny. Okay, so I think we equip the chip again here, because we can still play Behold if we want to. This way we might get something else off the top of our library. You know, like black mana would be pretty good. And there's red mana. Alright, so yeah, I mean, we don't have anything else to do, so this is what we're gonna do. And end our turn. Good news is we're at 21. We're also going to draw a bunch of extra cards this turn. Like a bunch. We get a couple of forests. We unfortunately... Yeah, well, we can move this to anything to give it haste, which is hilarious, so... Oh. So we can just fade into Antiquity the Turtle. I think we definitely want that. Okay. So yeah, let's fade the turtle. Yes. Auto pay. Got there. This deck is sweet. God, I love this format. I think it's the best one since Dominaria. I'm not gonna lie. Like it more than Kaldheim or Strixhaven. It just gives me... I just love formats where you get to, like, win long, grindy games. Of course, I also love formats where I play my bomb every game eventually, and then my opponent never removes it. You know, that's... I love... I'm the same Punt Master Flex. I've played it for a really long time, and I still make mistakes. And that's what's funny, you know, this format is one where I make even... It's hard. I mean, I make more mistakes than normal. But it's still fun, so... This format's just so complex. Finding the exact right line is not particularly easy because there's so many options usually. And options are good. I mean, that's what makes formats interesting and complex, but it also means finding the right option is harder. It is a little awkward that we don't have an island, and we have Gloomshrieker, so we got to decide what to do. Okay. Oh, that means we name blue with this, because the Tanuki can grab us the black later. Yeah. We've seen a lot of ecologists terrariums today. It's nice. Especially if you're not in green and you need fixing, it's nice. Okay, so... I think I'm going to play the Stalker. I mean, I doubt they're going to give us a situation where we get to do what we want with our Stalker, but... It's more of a threat than an Armguard Familiar. In terms of, like, what it can potentially do here. Interesting. Hot Springs. So... yeah. Do I want to play Hot Springs? Or do I just leave mana up so we can Tanuki? And that way we know we can start playing stuff next turn, like our 4-drops. Hot Springs is pretty good to play here. I mean, it basically means I can give haste to anything. The only awkward thing is if I end up not drawing a land next turn, that's not nearly as potent. Because if I draw land, I can play the Koi, give it haste, and start going crazy in the sky. But I think it's still what we want to do here. Speaking of all the different lines we could take. If nothing else, it lets us trade with the trainee if we want to, so... They may put a counter on the trainee. Ooh, that's not fun. Swing for 4. Yeah, you do it, and then we don't draw the mana. Really makes it feel like the Tanuki plan was the better one, but... Alright, so I guess we play Familiar and Kunai here. I need to trade with this Fang of Shigeki, at least. Or things are going to get bad. No reason to put a counter on it, really. We're going to take 4. Okay, we got our 4th land now. Do I just play the Koi and put a counter on it, or do I just want to completion the trainee? Morning, Lord Waffles. Going pretty well. We are still on our first draft. It was a, it's a grindy deck, so, but we are 5-0, which is nice. Trying to decide if I want to play Koi, put a counter on it, or just play completion on the trainee. If I'm going to put completion on the trainee, I'd rather do it right now just because there's fewer options for them right now than there will be when they untap and have an extra card. I think we kind of have to do this. Pass turn. Good. That ended up working out, and that makes me happy. Tanuki does kind of need to get us black mana at some point, but we're pretty close to just being able to play it, so that's interesting. All right, then we equip the Familiar. We can actually pay 1 to give anything haste right now. We don't even have to put a counter on it, which is cool. Yeah, so I think we just slam the Tanuki. I mean, it would be nice here to cast our Gloomshrieker, but I think keeping the pressure on them is even better. They can kill the Tanuki, but they take a bunch of damage. They go down to 7. We have a Kunai, which is actually just lethal here. Yeah. That'll do it. That's definitely our fastest win so far, right? Oh. Oh, it's because I'm trying to equip it again. Lightning Bolt for the win. That's definitely our fastest win. Our others have all been very slow. So we've broken out of our string of 5-3s this weekend, which, you know, if you're slumping the format as a bunch of 5-3s, it's gonna feel pretty good. And so far, I'll have a slump eventually. It always happens where I have like a 50% win percentage for like 2 weeks. But right now, we've been doing some sweet stuff. It's nice to win quickly too, because, you know, we've spent 2+ hours on one deck. Which is kind of the norm. Like, my decks that do well all seem to take a while. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, the real spinach. That is not a great hand. I mean, if we draw a creature, it's okay, but even if we draw a creature, it's not great. We need to draw like 2. We have 3 of our colors. We're on the draw. We have fewer than 5 lands and more than 1. I think it's probably a keep. I mean, yeah. Ugh. Is it? All 3 of these cards demand we have a creature. We have a pretty good chance to draw one. But man. No, our other deck yesterday was actually only a 4-3, and it was a very sad 4-3 because we almost won with Explosive Singularity, but I got scared of counter magic and overthought things. Yeah, I think we have to mull, which is not great. This is much better. I mean, you know, yeah, it's much better. What do we put back, though? Is it just the Koi? Yeah, probably. I mean, land isn't a terrible thing to put back, but if we can't cast Grafted Growth, we're going to be in trouble. You know, I don't actually think removal's that strong in this format. There's definitely removal, and yeah, 1 removal spell would have completely undone that hand. Your point remains, but I don't think removal is especially strong in this format, is what I'm saying. We've had a lot of good hands. You know, this deck is good, for sure, but we've had, you know, we've had a lot of luck go our way, too, which, you know, usually, if you're going to do really well, it's a combination of luck and having a good deck. Just like when you do really poorly, like an 0-3 is statistically very difficult to achieve. Well, at least we got black mana, I guess. But Grafted Growth is actually going to set us up pretty nicely for all our things. If we just top deck a mountain here, that would be cool. Hey, Bronze Plate 4. Okay. I think we Grafted Growth here. With Gloomshrieker in my hand, like, I don't hate the idea of attacking here, but it's probably just better to block, because they're just not going to block. But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay if they don't block. Yeah, let's Rumble. If they want to trade, I think we're okay with it, and I don't think it's a disaster if they don't either, so... Samurai deck. Oh, they're having mana problems. Well, do you think I just play the reality chip and try to equip it here? I think it's a little too risky. Like, the tempo loss is massive if they just have, like, Voltage Surge. I think it's probably better to just play the Boar and reality chip. Yeah, that's a way better play. So we attack with our Fang first. See what happens there. We're not ninjutsuing. Yeah, so we go Boar. We don't want to do it like this, though. We want to... Oh, I can only add one or the other. That's right. Well, okay. I still think Boar Coiling Stalker is probably better. I wonder whether ninjutsuing was actually the right call. Probably was. We don't want to play that. Yeah, we'll play our Boar. It probably was better to ninjutsu there. Because we'd have a 3-2 instead of a 2-2. I mean, this one has Death Touch, but the value of a counter on a Death Toucher is kind of minimal. So they would have hit us with a big tempo hit there. And they still do. A pretty devastating Seismic Wave on us. So I don't feel great about what happened, but... yeah, we do have, you know, Gloom Shrieker, which softens the blow, but yeah, if we tried to play the chip and equip it, I guess... No, we could have, because we could have added 2 blue. It would have hurt, for sure. Alright, we probably have to stop attacking now that the Boar is this frightening. Okay. I think we play the reality chip for... Again, we can't do it that way. So... I do think playing and equipping the reality chip is pretty good here, but I have to block the Boar, so it's not that good, actually. Alright, we can play Gloom Shrieker and reality chip here, potentially. Play the Shrieker. Question is... I mean, the Boar is just so much better than the Stalker, and I want to play the chip here anyway, so we'll take the Boar, and then we'll play that. Wheel Kicks on the top. That makes me a lot less interested in blocking with our Fang of Shigeki. Do I want to name blue with this? Because only having 1 blue mana could be a hindrance, especially like if we draw another blue card we want to play next turn. Yeah, I think we name blue. I guess if they ever blow up our grafted growth, that might suck, but... do I just rumble here now that I know I'm drawing Spinning Wheel Kick? We can kill 2 things? Yeah, I mean, I think we do. We're not blocking with our Fang now. We're just playing Spinning Wheel Kick next turn, most likely. I guess if they leave a bunch of mana up, I might regret that attack, but I think it's the right move either way. What we want them to do is play another creature, tap out to play another creature, and, like, attack us for 5. That's what we want to happen here. We're not going to block. Because then we can wheel kick both of them. Ah, why do people keep playing Patchwork Automaton and ruining my life? It throws the math off so much that it drives me crazy. Do I still wheel kick the Boar? And then attack with both of these. Definitely attack with Gloom Shrieker here. I think maybe we just... Ward is so mean. So I could equip the chip and play the Boar here and just attack with Gloom Shrieker. Or with both of these. The Boar will be able to kick everything if it needs to. Yeah. I guess I just attack with Gloom Shrieker. Then we play the boar. And I think we equip the reality chip. We're going to put it on the tapped Gloom Shrieker. Yeah. That way we take less of a hit if they kill whatever we put it on. Like, at least we have blockers. I'm being a little greedy here, maybe, with our spinning wheel kick, but I think that's okay. Okay, well, they would have done that in response, and it would have been a complete blowout. So, I think we chose the right course of action there. Uh-oh. Now I don't feel that way, because we're dead. I mean, there are legit aggro decks in this format, and we just ran into one, and they definitely punish a deck like ours, where we're just sort of dirtling all over the place. Keeping our 0-4 around would have been really good there. I mean, it wouldn't have been that good. We would have blocked, but we would have blocked the 2-2 and survived. All right, we have 2 more tries at win number 7. Man, I mean, I do think this is a keep, but it's turn 2 Kappa Tech Wrecker is so potent, and I think that's enough of a reason to keep this. We do have to draw reasonably well, but I think it's worth a keep here. We don't have to draw crazy well for things to go okay. You know? Yeah, so let's just play our Tech Wrecker. Puts them in a awkward position against most decks. I mean, we may, if this is another red-white deck, it may not mean a whole lot. Nice. I think we definitely name blue, given what our hand looks like. The Gloom Shrieker would be nice, of course, but so they could have Wanderer's Intervention, but I think we still attack. Okay, apparently they don't. Decline. You know, we do end up not getting to play anything here, which is kind of rough, but yeah, we'll name blue. I mean, there's a better chance we draw an island than a swamp, I guess, but still. Okay, yeah, I mean, you gotta shut that thing down, don't you? We can blow it up at some point. I don't think that point is now, though. So the way the reality chip works, I would still be able to use the ability... I would still be able to play things off the top and whatnot, so that's appealing. I think we just play the chip here, and maybe we just get to start going off with it next turn. Our opponent hasn't added to the board yet, after all, so... Yeah, we can blow that up. Ugh. Blow both of those up, but... Okay. Well... This is awkward. I guess, if I just fade into Antiquity Kappa Tech Wrecker here, it's kind of a nightmare for them. I can still wheel kick, it's true. I don't think I do, though. I think we fade into Antiquity this. And we attack, which leaves them with a choice of block and lose your creature, or take it and let me blow up one of these. I guess that makes sense, because now they can just reanimate it. But I think it was still the right... I think it was still the right move, but... Yeah, they get to reanimate it now if they want to. I guess maybe they just want the Death Toucher, because it can actually block the Tech Wrecker. I could see that being their plan. Okay. I'm sure they're playing something else. I may be able to completion whatever they play, though, then attack them with the Tech Wrecker and destroy the Naturalist. Or they do that. Okay, well, fine. That ruined things. Man. Starting to feel like we're in trouble here. We have a lot more gas than they do, is the good news, but... I think we attack here, ninjutsu in the Stalker, put a counter on it, and then replay the chip. That seems okay. Hot Springs off the top is not what we want to see. We do have completion. We do have wheel kick. If we can make the game go long, I think we're going to win, but our opponent may be able to prevent us from that. This is where, I mean, you know, shutting this down with the completion is probably... Oh, God. Oh, boy. Yeah. The green-white enchantment deck can be a beating. And that's what we're experiencing right now, I'd say. Oh my gosh. We were so dominant in our first 6 games, but these last 2 have been kind of brutal. Oh man. Okay. Well. Thank you for the sub, Boar. So I could play the equip the reality chip, but I don't think that's what we want to do. I think we probably need to completion something. We'll wait to see what they buff. But yeah, I think that's what we're left to do here. I'm guessing they buffed the lifelinker, though. Yeah. I think we need to tap down the Architect even more than the lifelinker. Because the tokens are going to get our bad news. So, yeah. Let's just put the completion on that thing. They attack us. We trade for Geothermal Kami. Try to. May have drawn a trick, I guess. Oh my god, they did. Oh no! Well, there goes our reality chip. Or not. What did they destroy? Oh, the completion. That makes sense. Well... That's not good. Yeah, two fast decks have done us in these last 2 games. Alright, so we take 4. Interesting. Unfortunately, I think it's too slow. I mean, if I had Behold the Unspeakable in my hand right now, it wouldn't be. But to get it in my hand, or to play it, I have to equip this. And that is not ideal. I think I basically have to wheel kick the Naturalist to stay alive here. That's not really what I want to be doing. Then I have to block really ugly. So yeah, it's going to be too late. Hot Springs, yeah, it doesn't... We have to wheel kick something. Do The only way we might have a chance is if for some reason they're very conservative attacking here. Because then we have time... Oh, they're not going to be, though. I was going to say, because then we have time for Behold the Unspeakable. So... block you. Go to 3. So we can Behold, but it doesn't save us, right? No, I don't have a blocker, so... they'll still be able to hit me for 4. Yeah, we still do it. We'll let him kill us. It almost could save us. I mean, it's helped us stabilize so many times in this draft, but it couldn't quite do the job there. Alright, so one more try at the 7th win. After just feeling dominant. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think this is a keep. We're not going to have any mana I mean, we might flood, but I think it is a keep. But it is another... You know, we had incredible luck those first 6 games, I think, for a large part. So it's sort of evening out on us here. But yeah, we're not doing anything for a while. But luckily our opponent didn't play a 1-drop at least. And I think if we get to... Even if we don't play anything till we play a Koi and a Behold the Unspeakable, we're going to be okay. And especially because they just played an Archer, so we're not very worried about that, I have to say. Yeah, we have the right mana to play Behold next turn, so that's probably just what we'll do. Play Koi here. Slow start out of our opponent. Okay. That doesn't break my heart too much. So yeah, we just play Behold the Unspeakable here. It'll hopefully get us out of this flood. They may be able to blow it up. Oh, no. We can get it back. I mean, if nothing else this turn, we'll Season of Renewal and get them both back. And that is what we'll do. Oh, it got exiled. You're right. That's heartbreaking. Oh, God. We're in trouble now. Alright, so we're going to play this. Name black. Play Generous Visitor. Luckily, this has Defender. I could Season of Renewal just to get the Koi if I'm desperate. I might have to be desperate here. I can do it next turn in desperation if I draw another land, so I think we wait. So if we draw another land, we can just cast it, get the Koi, play the Koi. So I can live with that. We definitely discard a card. Okay. That is helpful. It's probably better than getting the Koi. Playing Completion, that is. We're going to hold on to this island so we have something else to discard. I think we just pass the turn and Completion their Preserver, probably. We drew a lot of lands this game, so we had plenty to discard. Yeah, so we'll put Completion on Preserver here. Put a counter on our Visitor. If Shigeki attacks me, I think I just take 1. That is not very good here, unfortunately. It's been about what I expected, like, situational, but good in some situations. This is going to come back now. I mean, become a creature. It's not going to be that scary of a creature, frankly. But it is a creature. I think we probably just pass. We leave up March of Swirling Mist to do some things. Okay. I'm not desperate enough at this point to do Season of Renewal just to get one thing back still. And we're still in a position where if we do draw a land and can't do anything... that's not good. Man, 6-0 to 6-3. And I don't even think we, like, misplayed or anything. We just got utterly stomped all three of these games. We're not out of it just yet, but it feels like we're heading in that direction. You don't help that much either, frankly. But I guess you help a little. Could equip it, play the forest, leave up mana for Swirling Mist. I don't hate that. I mean, I think if we win this game, the only way we're probably going to get there is... Oh, we only have one blue source left, so we can't leave up mana for Swirling Mist. I think it's still what we want to do. I think the only way we get out of this situation is reality chip. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta go with the discard to have any hope here. Is it just Season of Renewal? Awkwardly. Like, the March is situational, but it will likely buy us an entire turn at some point. Yeah, so we take 8 here. Go to 7. Okay. Can we go crazy off the top? No. Is the answer. That was quickly answered, wasn't it? Oh, I can play... No, I don't have high enough power. It'll only have 5 power. I mean, I guess it makes it a more competent blocker. But it's not like it can block anything that well right now anyway. But... I mean, I could definitely just leave up mana here to March of Swirling Mist. They're going to make me discard a card is the thing. And I think we probably want to discard Historian's Wisdom. Yeah, so I think we pass here. Discard Historian's Wisdom, and then the only way we survive is with our March of Swirling Mist. Okay, so we're at least going to phase out whatever they try to put a counter on and everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to need to chain like 4 spells together with Generous Visitors, Reality Chip to have a chance here. It would be epic. It would be epic. Can't channel it, which is awkward. It has to be in our hand because we can't, you know, discard it. But we're going for it. Play Armguard Familiar off the top, and then Tanuki. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Can't play the Tanuki. So I think we have to take this off now. We may still be dead here, but that gives us a better chance. Menace is a real problem here. The good news is it still only has 1 power, the Menace creature, that is. The bad news is Greater Tanuki is a monster. We killed so many people with Tanukis today, and now I think a Tanuki's gonna kill us. Shoot, shoot, shoot. 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 Okay, here's what I think we do. I think we double block this, hope they can't kill us. Probably can, but I think that's how we want to go here. We go to 1. We hold on to our creature. We hold on to our reality. Oh my god. Oh man, we went from 6-0 to 6-3, which is a little sad. Let's see what we can do here with our visitor, though, just for fun. Boo. Well, we can shuffle our deck. And we could just cast it. We'll just cast it. I don't want to waste our opponent's time. Good game, only not really. What a weird draft that was. I mean, we had 6... I mean, I guess the games we won weren't all dominant because we stabilized, but every game reached a point where it seemed like we were inevitably going to win. And that point lasted a long time, and then those last 3, we just really got stomped by more aggressive decks, which... You know, that's going to happen when you're playing 4-color reality chip like we were. 6-3 is good, though. I'm obviously happy with it. It is a bit of a bummer when you're 6-0 and can't get that 7th win, but it's still a good performance overall.